Now look at this. We have now our own room. I've sorted out a room where I can do Tritus and where I can put down all the ideas that I have. Today I have in mind to talk about an occasion where I played drums a lot. Like I told you before, if you've been watching the old movies, well, never mind, you'll hear about it later. I've sorted out this room for me to shoot the videos, and last week I had my first YouTube comment. There was a guy called Isaac or something, and he started writing really long comments on my videos, maybe 5 or 6 of them, and it was really positive and really like, come on Michael, you need to do more movies. I don't know if he was a friend of mine in disguise who tried to encourage me to make more videos. And I've been thinking about this, why I want to do the videos. Perhaps it's not really important for you guys to know, but I think about making these videos constantly. When I wake up, the first thing I think about is how I should make a video. When I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm thinking this is an idea that I want to put in the Tritus. And this concept has been going on for many, many years, really. So I really need to do the videos. At the same time, I'm like walking around like, no, I shouldn't do it. Like, why should I do it? No one wants to see it. And I even have a few friends at work now who are interested in seeing the videos, and I've talked a little bit about the concept with them, and then I get like embarrassed, like, oh, you guys don't know about this, and it's like a paradox. So the only thing I want to do is tell people about the ideas that I have in my mind. I usually sit down and like hoping for someone to ask me like, can you explain how the world works? And I will say yes, and I will try to explain it, but that never really happens. So anyhow, yes, so this is what I thought. I thought that I should just make these videos for my children instead, and just saying, dear Alfred, Ingrid and Walter, here's your father for the future. This is the greatest idea that I've come up with, and I hope that you can listen to this and benefit it from the future. So if I would just talk to them, what do I have to lose? Anyhow, this time I really made a manuscript for the Tritus, and this is like a restart with a new studio, like a reintroduction of the Tritus. And as I said before, I'll just start off with drawing the Tritus as it is in its simplest form. You see 3 shapes like this, and it contains a swing, as I've said before. It's a swing between abstract to concrete. And this is the whole Tritus model, and I use this to explain pretty much everything. And then so this video series, what I want to do is to frame everything that I've thought about in relation to the Tritus model. And just to give you a hint, I talk about everything from psychology to parenting to anxiety to mystical traditions to temple symbolism in old temples, and also how modern concepts of religion, you can use this model to explain what it's all about. I use this to frame science and religion and the relationship between them. There's a whole variety of subjects that I want to shoot through this, and I just want to get everything to begin with. I want to make this channel and just get all the ideas down. I guess I just said it, but anyways. Let's go. Okay, so the story of today was that when a couple of years ago, I think this, let's see how it looks. Yeah. A couple of years ago, it might have been actually 20 years ago when I think about it. Is it that long ago? I think so. So my sister went to South Africa, and she bought me this drum that sort of looked like this. It had like this natural cow skin or something on top here. And I had been playing drums for many years, so I really liked playing drums, of course. And that was like the regular rock and roll drum kit that I played. But I liked hand drums as well, so she bought me this big drum that I used to play on. And me and my brother, who also played the piano. That was his main instrument, but we used to talk a lot about music. So we always talked about the something that we listened to in our favorite music that was like funk and soul music. So we always used to talk about something that we called the boom jack. The boom jack. And that's basically the concept that when you have a drummer, he just plays the simplest beat and it sounds beautiful. You just play the boom jack. And you just go with it. And it's one of our references is the Billie Jean in Michael Jackson, and also there's a song called "God Made Me Funky" with the Headhunters you can check out, where there's like this boom shack drumming going on, and there's also a Bill Withers drummer back in the day, that plays "Ain't No Sunshine." The drummer on that, he just keeps it so simple and so perfect, and you get the swing that's just beautiful. So. Just to get to the point, I had this drum and I sat on my own and I was practicing it, and I thought to myself, let's just focus on this boom jack principle when I play this hand drum. So I remember sitting there and I played a really simple rhythm. I don't know what it was, but it was like with my hands, whatever, and I just looped it over and over again until perfection. And I think I could have sitting there, as I remember, it might have been for 45 minutes, just on my own, in a room, the same beat, changing nothing. So I repeated the cycle, and the cycle is like, I don't know, 2 seconds long, and then it starts over and over and over again. And I just focused on finding this beautiful thing between the notes, between the drum, which me and my brother called the boom jack. And after a while, I remember getting into the zone and like feeling really euphoric playing this hand drum from Africa. And I played it and played it and played it. And I felt this is the root of the rhythm, and I wanted to use that source of feeling and then bring the music, take that to the music. So this is what I want to talk about today. A long introduction, but anyways. If we take that idea to the Tritus, that would be the concrete things that I was doing would be the drum, of course, here, whoops, the drum. That's like the main thing, it's the base level of the measurable things that you can use. And then I had this idea, which would be the boom jack. And then I used this idea in collaboration with the physical drum. And then all of a sudden, this magical state happened. Oh, sorry. Which is the top circle of the Tritus, and that's the main reward of playing drums. And maybe we should call this, we could call it music, really. What's wrong with this? Music, that's it. So, the drum, then after being like, how should I say, obedient or diligent to play this drum, then after a while this thing within me opened up and it was beautiful to play the drum. So the way that I use this to handle Tritus, to explain Tritus, is that these three elements together, when they are joined together, you get a musical expression. So for many, many years, I had a struggle, where I played music for many years, so every day, all the time, and I had this struggle how to define what goes on, what is music and how is it used. So this, when I came up with this Tritus model, I could finally explain what went on in a more simple way. So now let's see how far we've gone. 9 minutes already, okay. How well. What I wanted to get at was an idea with Tritus, that if you line out a timeline here, and you would have the bottom circle of Tritus would then be the timeline, okay, because time exists only kind of time is easy to understand here. And then you would have the middle of time, which would be the present moment, the present. Okay, so the present moment is the spot where we are right now. Now the problem is that our mind, which is this section, our mind shoots our focus into the future and into the history, like into the back and the forth. And the rational mind, I will probably do a whole video of the rational mind as I see it, it has a hard time staying present within the present moment. So I usually draw like that the middle circle, if you have time here and I stand here as a human being in the middle of time, our mind is, let's see, our mind is like here, I usually draw like this, and here. And the rational mind shifts between the past and the future. But the real key thing is to be in the present moment. That's where you find the top circle, which would be the music. So, here's the thing. The present moment is the source of the music, of the drum beat. Yeah, the boom check, the mother of boom check was found in the origin and the source of the boom check is found in the present moment. So we have the boom check here. Now, the problem why we don't sort of, this, when you end up here, you sort of feel the music. So, I use the drum to repetitively do a thing, which I think that I decided to my mind, and then you repeat the cycle until you sort of end up in this euphoric trance state, until the mind no longer exists. So what happens when the mind don't exist and you just go with the flow, you erase the past and the future, and all of a sudden you will start to end up in the source, in the of music, which is full of life and beauty. And as I said, a rational mind can't really comprehend this music, but you have to let go of the mind, and then you exist within the music, and then through your instrument you experience the boom check, or like the music. So, okay, what time do we have? 12 minutes, 40 seconds. Just to finish off, the point that I wanted to get to here is that the music exists, is experienced in the present moment, and that's the source. When you get to here, that's the source that you take out and you design your music around. So, and this happens with music. So where I wanted to get at was that the experience of things always happens in the present moment, and once you take your mind off the opposites, oh, this is a lot of concepts at the same time. Once you take the mind of the opposites of the past and the future, and you exist in the present moment with your instrument, then you would have a musical experience that is great. So the conclusion that I made was that everything that you do, and this is a way of describing happiness. Now I sort of jump quite a lot in the concepts, but just having a musical experience is filled with joy. And other things that you do are filled with joy, but they really follow this same principle. So if, for instance, if you take working out, or like I've been riding my bike a lot. When I ride my bike, it's not a motorcycle, you know, this regular bike where you pedal. It's a very repetitive action that you do, and after a while you sort of lose your mind, and you're sweating and you're breathing and you're hyperventilating, and then all of a sudden you just are so worn out, so you wear out the mind when you're biking, and you just have a complete empty experience of riding a bike. And you reach the source of riding a bike. And when you get to that point, you say to yourself, okay, now I understand why people ride these road bikes day in and day out. Because it looks like a madness thing to do, to ride this bike along the road. But once you do it and get to this source, it's absolutely beautiful. And it can't be explained with words or captured, but it exists. And we can go on. We can take anything that brings you joy. Like, for instance, playing football. Or soccer, it's the same thing. Once you get into the move or everything, you learn all the rules and you just get in and acting with a team. Sometimes you can get into this present moment with the top side of Tritus, and it's beautiful. I had a list of other things that we can do that follows the same principle. It's like skiing, socializing with friends can also do that. You're at a party and you're talking and having a good time, and you lose track of time. When you have a good time, you lose time. And you sort of end up, and your mind vanishes, and you just act together in the present moment. Seeing children play is the same thing. Creating arts, and sometimes watching a movie can even take your mind away from certain things. There's like a ton of things, and everything that people enjoy, it follows the same principles. That's the name, that's the core essence of this lesson, is that people, when they find the present moment and they lose their mind over the treatise, that's when they find this heaven that they're looking for. And earth is not really relevant, but you end up in a heavenly state, and it's beautiful, and you're happy that you're alive, and all of a sudden you find meaning in the things that you do. And this source of meaning is that what you want to bring to other people. If you find, like, for instance, a musician that plays the violin, the thing that drives this person to continue to play and to play for others is that when he plays, he's got a gift to remain in the top circle of Tritus mentally when he plays, so he can transmit this beautiful experience to others. And that's the biggest treasure that he has, and he wants to give it to others. Perhaps I'm out of time now. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that was the first lesson from the green room, and I ran over time already. Thank you.